All right. I had no excuse to be late because there's no sidebar, nothing holding me up and nothing leading me in. How's everybody doing tonight? Fantastic to see you. Lot going on. We have some people coming in. We're going to have Allison Morrow. Now, I haven't clarified it in the past, but I really should. Allison Morrow tries to do the first half because she has another show right after this one in the Pacific time zone. So she's usually here for up to 30 minutes, depending on how things work out with timing and things like that. But Allison Morrow's will be here. We also will have, or supposed to have, Good Logic and Legal Mindset. So we got a couple lawyers. Whatever could go wrong? Having some of LawTube showing up. And to start everything off, I literally just found out about a story I feel like I should have a cry on for breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. And of course, though, as soon as I looked it up, it turns out that the news kind of broke this morning, but it's new to me. And hopefully it's new to you. Even though, have you guys ever seen stories that when they come out, you go, well, this is from the land of the obvious. There's no real surprise here. So I've got to ask you, chat. Have you heard the fact that Kim Kardashian came into the scene and was put on the map due to a porn tape? A leaked porn tape. I'm curious if you all know this. I've known this for a while. It's kind of a well-known factor. But here is the breaking news. Oops! The leak was concocted. Now, supposedly, it's not confirmed. TMZ's pretty good about it, but be honest with me, folks. Is anybody really surprised that the porn tape? Now, hold on. let me say something here. Kim Kardashian, before she became Kim Kardashian, was one of the, I don't know what you want to call it, the entourage, the hangout, the whatever of Paris Hilton. And I'm sure that you may have heard that Paris Hilton had a porn tape that leaked out one night in Paris, right? And then, of course, you had, I think it was Pamela Anderson had a porn tape leak out. Porn tapes are a very successful way to get on the map. So, is it really a complete surprise that one of Paris Hilton's entourage, kind of a lower level, does a porn tape and it leaks out? Now, the only part of the story that is kind of mind-blowing is her mother was involved. Now think about that for a second. Mom, I want to get on the map. Mom, I want to be famous. Oh, don't worry, dear. Why don't you go have all kinds of intercourse with a rap star and leak the tape so the whole world can see you? That'll put you on the map. Yay! Wow. Think about that for a minute. Is that not a staggering idea? And you wonder why a former Olympian, one of the greatest athletes in history, is now Caitlyn. What kind of crazy ass toxic environment? Now let's go a little further here. Kris Kardashian's first husband, the father. Who is he tied to? Oh, O.J. Simpson. What could go wrong? What could go wrong, really? Ah, gee. But you know, they're a wholesome bunch. And they're really, really famous for being really, really famous. Wow. Astounding, right? So, this is a story that is coming out right now. And I don't even know what to say about it. It's garbage on garbage on garbage crime. I mean, it really is. What what a perfect example of our society and what is going on. And on that note, then let's go ahead and jump forward to our headline story. By the way, did you guys like the thumbnail? I thought that was a pretty good thumbnail. I enjoyed that. Dave Chappelle bringing Chris Rock back. I mean, everything's circling around, right? We have Dave Chappelle. He's tackled. I believe I've talked about how the slap from Will Smith to Chris Rock gave permission to nut jobs out there to attack working comedians. And it quite literally has put their lives in danger. And I think that's extremely, extremely disturbing. And CC Shelby, yeah. I don't know if she's upset or not because, I mean, her own mother helped, according to this, helped put that tape out. So what kind of family values are we talking about here? I mean, I'm being serious. What kind of family values? So I don't know if there's any shame or if there's anything else. It just is, I don't know. It's a head scratcher. But on that note, we go to Dave Chappelle. Tackled, slammed on stage, and I get to go through a pre-roll. Yes, I know. Everybody's going to say, where's your ad blocker? But I don't think an ad blocker works on a pre-roll. Working comedians, Carlos Mencia, Mark safe at 2007. Yeah, he's pretty much safe from having a career. All right, so here we go.
Never presented the mighty man live.
Can everybody hear this?
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history.
Oh, whoa! All right, give him some credit. Dave didn't just roll over. Did you see he chased after his ass? He's like, wait, what? He was going a little bit ghetto on that one. Allison, I'm just showing the Dave Chappelle attack that went on earlier today or last night. I don't know if you heard about it. You are muted. And you're still muted. You look great, though. Just can't hear you. Not yet. I don't know. Well, I'll keep working this while we figure out this. Good times all. Good times all. All right. So notice Dave Chappelle actually chased after. So let's give it some more time here, though.
I am going to kill that. Wait, I gotta see this.
Look at him. Things aren't going well for the attacker at the moment here. Now, I don't know. I didn't see all this. They may be carrying the defense a little bit far, but it's still going on. It looks like his bodyguards are definitely trying to subdue him heavily. Allison, any sound yet? No sound. Can he pop out and back? I don't know, boss. You have OBS? I don't know. Maybe something's grabbed it. You look great, though. What? Oh, guest chat. Okay, hold on. Are you sure it's on my man? I don't know. I don't think. Let me see. You're showing 100% on volume. I unmuted you. I don't see anything. I don't know. Yes. I don't know, Allison. I literally can't hear you. Everything on my end looks fine. Can you try just resetting the whole browser and coming back? Okay. Well, yeah, follow the cables. Well, this is a fun part of live, everyone. Thank you very much. Back to Dave.
Thank God that was close.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It had somehow selected my camera, not my microphone.
Oh.
I mean, nothing. I knew my mic was working because I guessed the video. So I thought
Okay.
it kept saying host unmuted you. So I'm like, see, I did, and then you're like, I still can't hear you. I'm like, ah. So when things go wrong, I have limited options for saving myself.
No worries. Okay. Did you hear about the Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, what I was
attack?
saying was I heard about it, but I haven't actually watched the video.
Oh, it's well, we can go back a little.
Producers that hip hop has ever presented, the mighty Mad Lib. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history.
Whoa. Dang.
No, notice though he went after him himself.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
All right, so now we're to here where he's like, "Okay, I'm back."
God, that was clumsy. He's back there getting stomped.
And by the way, it's true. You could see that they were really stomping him for a while. Good point. Just me said need flashcards.
I was looking for something to write on. I just could not find anything. And then I had to do that once in an interview. We did a live video with Michael Yon when he was with the trucker convoy, and his audio, he couldn't hear us, so we had to ask him all our questions by flashcards. And when I hold it up close enough so it's big, my camera goes out of focus because it's on autofocus. So that's why I gave up on that idea. But that'll be my next go-to, I guess.
God, that had to be painful. All right. Well, to finish out the Dave Chappelle story, this is probably the greatest moment here because it's a reach back to everything happening prior. So Chris Rock runs up on stage to greet him after he got tackled. The attacker got jumped, everything else. So here comes Chris Rock.
Was that Will
Smith? Best line of the night. Was that Will funny. Smith? Anyway, on a serious note, though, I mean, that's something I've griped about since the first incident happened. Comedians are technically in danger ever since the Will Smith slap. Would you agree?
I kind of disagreed with you the last time we talked about this because, I mean, I guess it maybe opens the door a little bit for crazy people, but I don't think Will Smith's slap would do anything for the sane person. A sane person's not going to go do that. And the insane person, I mean, I guess maybe it's like a copycat incident, but they're insane. You know, I mean, I guess in other words, I think it affects the small percentage of already crazy people who would do something like that. No sane person's going to go, oh, well, Will Smith did it, so now all of us can do it. So I guess, I don't know. I think the logic breaks down a little bit, but I guess I could see how an insane person hears about this and then goes, oh, I never thought about doing that. You know, right. Not that they think it's okay, just that they never had the idea to do it before. And now they have the idea, just like somebody puts a bomb in a trash can and then someone else goes, oh, that's a great idea. I should put a bomb in a trash can.
Okay, but it still led into the example for it to happen. And that's the worry. It's like, I feel like it gives permission. Yes, you're right. They're crazy people, but crazy people.
Permission. Okay. I think, yeah, I don't think it's permission. I think it's the idea, you know, oh, I never thought about rushing somebody on stage and attacking them. I'm going to do that. No, because no sane person's going to go, oh, now I have permission to jump on a stage because Will Smith did it.
Yeah, but you're setting an example.
You know what? I don't see it that way. I see it like, oh, damn, I never thought about that. That would be sweet. I'm going to go rush somebody on stage because I never thought to do that. Now I did. But I don't think like a normal sane person is going to go, Well, hot dog. If Will Smith can get away with it, I'm gonna do that too. I just don't see that.
I don't know, but it sets a par for Hollywood, though, right, Allison? I mean, that's the whole point. Is like it now has normalized that within a certain context, right? So
Yes.
if let's say if another person got up on stage and slapped somebody, it's like, well, Will Smith did it, or whatever, or even just got up on stage and got into a verbal altercation with somebody. That behavior's now been, to a certain extent, condoned. To a certain level.
How do you say it's been condoned?
He got an award that night.
He was
not escorted out. He even got his Academy Award, and he was partying afterwards.
And it took weeks of constant pressure, specifically targeting this issue, for them to come back and say, "Okay, no, we actually do have to do something about that."
Okay.
By the way, this is Andrew.
All right. Well, let's go.
Yeah.
If
No,
we're
Allison
gonna
knows me.
use this
I love
logic,
Allison.
then we need to look at the guy who did this, and we need to know more. Like, was
Trans
this
activist.
a well-meaning, citizen who just went to work every day and he was totally rational thinking, and it was just Will Smith that just he was like, I pay my taxes, I go home to my wife every night, I'm a normal guy, but tonight, because Will Smith did this, I'm jumping on stage and I'm gonna just attack Chris Rock because Will Smith did it. I don't know.
But Allison,
yeah,
it's gonna be exactly what Eric just said. He said it, and I can see that right now. It's gonna be a trans activist coming up and slapping J.K. Rowling when she gets on stage. Let's say, they bring her on stage for some reason, and she a trans person just gets on stage and slaps her in the face and goes, "You damn TERF," slaps her in the face and walks off. That behavior is normalized.
And
What's up,
Allison,
Joe?
why don't you think they would have just done that before?
Oh,
I mean, these
Allison,
people
have
get
you heard of?
attacked all the time. The ones you're talking about, they have private security that goes with them everywhere because people are trying to attack them constantly.
Well, if they're a celebrity, if it's a celebrity, once again, celebrities get a pass. That's why Will Smith got on stage, is because celebrities are just allowed to get on stage without anybody checking them. Private security isn't going to stop a celebrity. It's not going to stop Caitlyn Jenner, right? For example, I mean, not that Caitlyn would do it.
You're saying this gives permission to
she's
celebrities
fast.
only, or to average people?
Definitely to celebrities for sure. I mean, without a doubt, I think it's carte blanche if you're a celebrity.
Okay, Allison, I got to push back another. Have you heard of suicide clusters?
Have I heard of what?
Suicide clusters. Have you heard of the fact that they don't
but that's
publish
not
names of people who
permission.
commit suicide? No. But there's a tendency of following
the
up.
idea of it. It's not like a person who doesn't want to commit suicide is not going to go, "Oh, a bunch of people committed suicide, so now I'm going to do that." It's people who are already leaning towards something, and then it gives you the idea. That's what I'm trying to say.
So
you can't look at it like permission.
A nutter who doesn't like comedians says, "Hey, I watched The Joker, and now I've seen Will Smith. Good times. I'm Joe Neerman, and I'm going after them."
Yeah, like they got the idea in their head. I could agree with that it gave you the idea to do it. But I don't think it just normalizes it for the sane person who has any code of ethics. I don't think that person just goes, "Oh, well, hell, now we can all do this now."
There's so many assumptions there. Number one, that they're saying. Number two, that they have a code of ethics. Sorry, Allison. But
that's why I'm saying if it's a sane person, if it is a sane person like me, who has a code of ethics, I'm not going to watch Will Smith and then change my mind about it.
Allison, I'm sorry.
An insane person who has no ethics would watch that and go, "Oh, I never thought about doing that," But they're not changing their ethics based on what Will Smith did. They're just saying that's an idea. I'm going to go pursue it too. Why not? Might as well. It's not like they're changing their ethics. You guys are saying they're changing their ethics about it. I'm saying they're insane.
Not. I'm saying it's
got
inspiring. It's giving an example to whack jobs who are out there and a path. Like, here's something you can do. A person who is troubled. Well, and that means that they're in danger every city.
Trouble. I think that from a psychological perspective, I think that they just don't think about that. That's why people do impulsive things. But I don't think I don't think they take away from Will Smith that it's like, ethically this is okay now, and that's why I'm doing it.
I think they normalized it just enough for people who are on the edge to jump forward. Joe, is your mic off? What?
Yeah. I mean, I could agree with that. I guess I could agree with the normalizing, maybe not the whole like.
There's enough crazy people in every city that they're now in danger.
All it is showing it's not enforced. It's like stealing, for example. As soon as they showed it's not going to be enforced in California, it's not like shoplifting wasn't happening. Right. As
Yeah.
soon as you can get away with it, now so these people had a code of ethics that allowed them to say, hey, these people deserve to be slapped, right? Punch a Nazi. Remember that? Remember Punch a Nazi?
Uh-huh.
Right? It was something that they were okay with ethically, morally, personally. And now they've been told, hey, there's going to be almost no legal repercussions for this. So it's going to go slap Joe Neerman when he talks back.
As they should. There is a benefit, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see that. I'll concede to it that it's like, yeah, maybe it opens the door from. I don't think it's like. In other words, what you just said was kind of to my point, and that is that it's somebody who already has the idea that like this kind of behavior is acceptable. They just may not have been doing it because of consequence. But it's not going to change the mind of the person who already internally has a compass and thinks this is unacceptable behavior. They're not going to change their mind based on Will Smith doing it. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. They already have they're already insane enough to do it. This has opened the door for whatever reason, I guess. But it's not going to change the person who would not have done it anyway. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so we have a heated agreement in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody who's not already slightly off balance.
Interesting to go back to Will Smith. I know I just jumped into this, but Will Smith has been something I've been off for a while, so it's interesting to get.
Well, Chris Rock brought him back, so it's beautiful because Dave Chappelle got tackled, and then Chris Rock went up on stage with him, and he said, "Was that Will Smith?" It was the best line of the night, man.
Amazing.
Hey, Joe, check your Twitter DMs.
My Twitter DMs?
Yeah, everybody, a little behind the scenes sausage. I talk about what I do on YouTube. We're working on getting it to where I hand off the show when this ends, that it goes right over to Good Logic tonight. It's a new feature of YouTube.
Ooh.
But Joe has to do something, so I sent him something in the DMs to add me over so it can be done.
Oh.
Which is kind of a cool experiment that we can all work together. It's like our show stops and then everybody can, just travel right over to another show. And it makes it really nice for actually, sharing with other people.
Yeah.
That's a cool function. That's a really cool function.
It just came out. I'm just learning it right now live with everybody.
And it goes to his channel like seamlessly?
Yes. I mean, ideally, not just his channel, but to specifically his stream at 10 o'clock. So I shut this down and, like network TV, everybody goes and they see Joe on Good Logic at 10 o'clock.
That's really wild.
That is wild. That's revolutionary. That's so good because that makes it like a news network. It's like, going over, boom, Good Logic. You've already got it tuned in. It's amazing.
Exactly. And welcome back to your bathroom.
I am back in the bathroom. Yes. By the way, shout out. I see Ziggy's in the chat. I just want to make sure that
show it off. Come on. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me solo you.
Yeah, see it. Let's see it. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I got to put it up. So it's going to go up.
It looks like it travels well.
Yeah, it travels well. It's canvas. So I'm going to be putting that up later. I just got to find some stuff to get it on here. So it's going to go right here on the back where Clock Chan used to be.
Oh, you're not going to cover the warnings on the wall?
No, this is on my refrigerator, bro, which is empty right now because I just came back into town. Like literally, I have a cake that I got bought for my 30K subs. I'm going to post a picture of that. It's kind of cool.
Oh,
and
nice.
Some leftover figs, and that's about it. Oh, yeah, and some soju, of course, because
all right. Well, you know what,
go without some soju.
Andrew, since you are here, I have a story very specifically for you. Since you now live in Korea, you are ultimately our Korean expert, just by default.
Annyeonghaseyo. Yes, let's go.
So I would love to get your feedback and thoughts about this story.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no, I've seen this one before. This is like very famous in Korea. Like everybody knows this guy. Nobody in Korea believes this. Like they all laugh at this dude. Like I've been shown this by like Koreans when I talk about the gender stuff. They're like, "Oh, do you know this guy who's wanting to be Korean?" They laugh at this. First of all, one thing you have to notice, and this is super based, but like you will never be Korean no matter how hard you try, no matter how like much you learn the language, even if you get citizenship.
Like, you mean like Japanese?
Yeah,
they're the most racist country.
Like, no, but it's just, Japan's even worse. But like East Asia, like China, Japan, Korea, like they will never consider you, like literally the word they use to describe you is never going to be that person's Korean. They will always just Weigugin, which is their word for foreigner. It's like gaijin in Japan. Like you will always be that, even if you're fluent, even if you change your name, even if you marry a person, even if you have kids. If they look white or look black, like that's not gonna. They're always gonna be foreigners. So this guy is like trying really hard, and these people they come over here, they're delusional, and they're like this guy. They're delusional, and they never last more than 6 months to a year because they realize that they'll never be accepted. They'll always be kind of othered. Which is a problem for them. But see, for people like me who are like, no, I'm a foreigner and I take advantage of that because there's many advantages to that. It's great. So yeah, that's the difference between delusional and non-delusional.
Okay, so let's push on that a little bit because we have we obviously have the whole trans issue. Yes. And I've had Dr. Wood on, and he's pointed out that race is a social construct. And I actually kind of agree with him. If you look at everybody's DNA and genetically speaking, as an example, I am closer to a Kenyan, being of Scottish, Irish, English, all that descent, than a Nigerian.
Wait, excuse me? You're closer to
genetically speaking, a Kenyan. Kenyans are closer to Europeans than they are to Nigerians. There's that much divergence in the DNA, but it gives you a very visual example of how it is kind of a joke in a lot of ways. And ironically, go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know like where you're going on the spectrum with this, because frankly, like we're close enough to chimpanzees or close enough
exactly.
to mice.
No, exactly.
So like what's your standard deviation? Like I feel like that's just a Texas sharpshooter. You're just setting a standard and you're shooting at it. Like so how far do you want to go with that?
I'm pointing out the fact that it's a construct, that it's kind of BS, that we're all essentially the same. Just culturally speaking, and wherever we are is going to reflect on whatever whatever our skin color, things like that are, because of environment and things like that. And you could argue sickle cell anemia, and different things of that sort.
Not just that. There's many other things. I mean, for example, even like Korea. One thing I didn't know till a little while ago. It's a fun fact. They get these like Mongolian spots, these like blue spots on the back of the babies, like when they're born, which like only happen in a particular ethnic group, right? It like only happens in like people who have like Mongolian background. And Korea, as much as they like to deny it, they have like an intermixing of like Mongolian blood, which gives them a very specific, like facial structure and other features, stuff like that, like hair color, hair consistency. Like there's other things that are genetic, that are clearly genetic and genetic differences. I mean, the fact that we have like dominant alleles and recessive alleles, like all these things matter. They're not like they don't exist. They clearly objectively do. So I don't know if you're saying like it may not matter in the scope of the world. It doesn't matter making you a human. You're still a human, valid of recognition. But there's
let's put it this way. And Joe, you're more quiet in this. This is like a beautiful stream.
Yeah, Joe is like prime eugenics. Like Joe loves eugenics. Like Joe is like number one eugenics stream out there. So he should be loving this content.
And I definitely want Allison to jump back in because she's been sitting here quietly. But I guess what I'm saying is that sex is far different than race.
Yeah, I think there's big differences.
No, I'm saying it's a much farther band. You have two races. They're essentially the same in comparison to a male and a female. The differences are much more extreme, male to female, than they are.
The differences between. I will agree to that. I'll agree to that. Yeah.
So the same people who are saying that a trans woman is a woman are also ones who are saying that transracialism is impossible. And I'm saying their argument doesn't hold up in any way. Not only due to the science, but even if you just look at it down there.
Joe?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're asking me a question?
Joe, you always jump in. We're confused. We're confused. You're not jumping in. You always jump in.
Yeah.
Okay, so first and foremost, hey, Allison, it's awesome to see you. I haven't seen you in like a year. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. So
it's good to see you too. I may be like officially done with YouTube soon, by the way, because I don't know about you guys. Are you on Rumble?
Sure. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I also am on Rumble, so I'm on everything.
You are okay. What about you, Joe?
No, not. I mean, no, not at all.
If I can get consistently, which I did on my last couple of videos, did better because my YouTube channel is so terrible. But part of the reason you're not seeing me if you are on YouTube is A, I think they had me shadow banned, but also B, because I just have sort of given up on them.
No, I mean, I haven't sat like in a studio with you. Like I'm saying.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't.
Yeah. I don't. I don't know. We need to start crossing paths more often because obviously see how well I get along with lawyers.
Yeah.
After our last
No, you're
discussion.
great. You're great. I tell
I love having you on.
Okay.
See?
So
I think Eric wanted your opinion on transracialism.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what a race really is.
All right.
I'm saying I don't know.
You can't define race. You can't define race, Joe.
I cannot really define a race because most times when people are talking about race, they refer to a nationality of a country.
Mm-hmm.
He's right.
And I don't know and that's why I don't know what a race really is, other than the fact that I think Jews are a race, even though I don't know what a race is.
I would say
there are multiple races if you get into it, because you have the Sephardic, and you have so it gets really confusing because you have a culture, you have called race.
What I'm saying is there's a bloodline.
Sure.
If that's what you're talking about, bloodline.
So genetics.
So if you're focused on the genetics of it, in that case, yes, Jews share common bloodline, and it's exhibited by the fact that really it's exhibited not by me as it is by those who we refer to as the priests, which is basically a father-son relationship. In order to qualify for being like part of the priestly family, it means you're a direct descendant from Moses' brother Aaron, that he was the first high priest.
Through your mother, specifically.
No, through father to son. It's father to son. That the priesthood is passed.
Hold on, I thought that Jews tracked through the mother. Because
no, but he's saying it's different. It's two different things. Whether you're Jewish or whether you're a priest. Two different things. Aaron.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I got you, bro.
In order to be Jewish, that goes from having a Jewish mother. In order to be qualified as a priest, that means that you had both a Jewish mother and you have a direct lineage that your ancestors, father to son, are descendants from Aaron. So the fact that there are priests, there are people who, and they track it so meticulously through the ages because they were so afraid of someone, let's say, falsifying who's a priest, so that it was very well established throughout the ages. This is a family of priests that comes as descendants from Aaron, which means, and they have that whether you're talking about Sephardic Jews, Ashkenazic Jews, whether Jews in Poland, Jews in Iran, Jews in Los Angeles, we know which are the priestly families. And that's why I'm saying is that we know that there's a bloodline that is in our culture, which to me, that's the closest thing to being called a race. Now, I know that people can say that, let's say, even amongst Asians, you can tell the difference between, but by appearance, for example, Japanese people can tell very easily the difference between Japanese, Korean, Chinese, and they know right at first glance, like, no, you're not the same race as I am, right? It's considered.
Yeah, I'm going to argue it's regionalism. So this one we're definitely not going to go far on because you could tell Russians because you have different elements. But I'm going to say that that's environmental concerns and backgrounds.
And I'll tell you something: the Jews actually exhibit that because Jews who lived in Europe became much whiter than their Middle Eastern ancestors. I mean, we all came from Abraham, who was living in, he grew up in the Middle East. So he was, and I think that when you're living in, and Falasha Jews are as black as any black person you meet in America, if not darker. They're very dark, very
like Beta Israel. You're talking about,
and Ethiopia Jews. Getting
back
to
Allison. That's the Falashas. That's your Ethiopian Jews. So the Ethiopian Jews look like any other Ethiopian. So that tells you that the climate and the culture you're in actually has an influence, because we know that they're still of the priestly family. So they have to have the same genetics, and yet they're looking like Russian Jews look like Russians. It's a strange. It's something about the climate and the culture and the geography, which I think affects the physical specimen. And
Thank you for proving me right. Anyway, Allison,
that's my thought.
See, we can stray from. This is laid back. No, this is the best part of the show, is that we can go anywhere on this.
Anywhere. I mean, Joe's on it. Can go anywhere. Come on, guys.
Oh, and we can get cash. Thank you very much, Rose Beebe.
Yeah, so I put you in as laid back news or what on my redirect?
Yes, it's gonna be laid back news.
Did you see the question?
Oh, I didn't see the question. No, I'm trying to figure out.
I think any one that can answer that one.
Aren't Levites in general the priesthood?
Oh, okay. So no,
Levites.
So Aaron
That's
was
different from your Levi's. All right, everybody. I know you were wondering because I'm actually wearing.
I don't know.
There are 12 tribes. One of them was Levi, or people call him Levi. So the descendants of that were known as Levites. They are basically people who are supposed to help service the priestly family. Moses was from that family, so was his brother, and he was born into the Levite family, but only descendants of Aaron, the first priest, only those are considered priests. So you have there's 3 different divisions. There's priests, and then there's Levi, which are called Kohanim. You heard Cohen, right? So anyone you hear named Cohen tends to be from that family, and those, or in plural in Hebrew we say Kohanim, and so that's, you have your Kohen families, and then you have the families who all are descendants from Levi or Levite, and their role is to basically serve in the temple, but not to the same degree as the priests did. Like they do other type of functions. And then you have the rest of Israel. So the rest of Israel classified just as Israel. So I'm not from the Levite family. My ancestry isn't from that. So I don't come from that tribe. That's why you're on YouTube. You can't be a priest. No, you can. There are plenty of you wouldn't know them by seeing them. They look the same as me, even if they're not walking around with
by the way, after this, folks, stay tuned for Joe Good Logic and Culture Hour.
Yeah,
that would be hilarious though, if like Jewish families, like if you're not descended from Aaron, you're like, I'm sorry, your only option is YouTube. Like, you can't go be a priest, so this is all you got. Look at Joe. He wishes he could, but he just had to do YouTube.
I would, yeah. They were supported by the rest of Israel. Like their whole function was to be part of the priesthood, and they were supported by the rest of the Jews. So laid back news. I'm trying to figure out how to add you for a redirect. So that's what I'm working on now as we're
okay, fantastic. Let me see. We're going to get to actual news here. Sort of. I don't want to go into the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial because it's being covered everywhere all the time. But I do have one little weird tie-in. Johnny Depp appears to have support from Paul McCartney. And I wanted to play this a little bit because a lot of people don't know that Johnny Depp actually is, from what I'm amazing guitar player. According to Joe Perry of Aerosmith, who tours with him, because Johnny Depp plays with Joe Perry and Alice Cooper in Hollywood Vampires.
Right.
Johnny Depp is the lead guitarist and the best guitarist he's ever known. And Joe Perry, he might have played with some decent players. So,
which is completely irrelevant to the case.
Exactly.
Completely irrelevant.
Did I not say laid back news?
No. Yeah, but your channel says news and panels.
That works. That's the name, but it's laid back. Either way, if it comes up, add that.
I'm trying to find a way that it'll recognize it because it doesn't seem to recognize it when I'm trying to add my community. What the hell is this music?
Anyway, that's Paul McCartney with Johnny Depp on guitar to give you an idea. It is kind of funny because Johnny kind of goes into a mime thing going here.
Wait, is that a recording? I'm confused. Is Johnny Depp actually there? What's happening?
It's at a Paul McCartney concert. He has him blowing up all the way on the screen.
He's coming to Spokane, by the way. I just saw that.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So maybe he'll play with Johnny Depp here. Continue. Sorry.
No worries. I don't know if Johnny's live though, or if it's pre-recorded and he's just playing in the background.
It looks like he's playing to a pre-recorded video or something. I mean, isn't Johnny in Virginia? What do you think he's doing this?
Well, right now, yeah. I don't know when this was done.
I bet
Johnny Depp looks 10 years younger.
From Artsy Fartsy Studio, and he's playing it.
Could be. I just thought it was interesting that Paul McCartney played recently with him projected, kind of implying a degree of support.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because the case right now.
Where were all these people when he was losing his jobs? Now after this trial, they're going to put him on a screen and play with him and their concerts, which no one's going to, and just to get some headlines.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they do. Come on, Allison. I mean, that's how it works. I mean, literally. I mean, these insignificant people can gain relevance by either co-opting or taking shots at.
That's how friendship works. That's how friendship in Hollywood works, I guess.
Who was it? I already forgot. Who was it that said they wanted to boycott Spotify over Joe Rogan? I've already forgotten that guy. He's totally irrelevant now.
Neil Young.
Neil Young. Yeah, exactly. That's how much I give a shit about Neil Young. Not at all.
Yeah, and he put his stuff back up, by the way.
Yeah. But
I
he
mean, come on.
trended in like Google search. People like he became, relevant for 2 seconds because he threatened that, right? That was like his 2 seconds where he spiked in the algo.
Yeah, of course, but it worked.
It works. It's effective.
But the good news is, did you know that Joe Rogan picked up 2 million subs?
I'm not surprised.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. So it is an interesting phenomenon.
What do you think? I haven't gotten this take from you guys. What do you think about what's going on? And we can just do a shorter version, but with Twitter. Because for me, I don't know about you guys. For me, my subs are going up, have gone up since the Elon buyout notice.
The followers?
Amount. Yes.
Followers. I've gotten tens of new followers.
I've gotten ones. I've gotten many ones of new followers. I've gotten even less than Eric.
Well, I don't know, but folks, if you want to follow me at Hunley Eric, I'm right there. Please follow. I mean,
obviously,
cool.
Eric and I are not controversial enough on Twitter to see any changes. I wish this. Now, I bet you, I would love to see a similar phenomenon happen on YouTube, just to see what would happen. Because
my God, that would be amazing.
I've probably lost 175 subscribers in the last month. I have no idea where they're going. I have no clue what's going on.
They
It's
just
very
unsub
weird.
people. They just unsub people, I think.
First of all, I call it tithing, where if I go every day, that YouTube tithes my members, my subs.
Oh,
so I'll go up 100 and then go down like 15.
Are they tithing like in this term, in the sense of sacrificing, or
They're taking
is it
a 10th?
good
They
tithe?
take a 10th of my members off. Like whoever comes in, they're like, oh, okay, you had 100 people come in. We're gonna take off like 15 to 20, like and in one fell swoop, like at some point during the day. Like, well, I can be looking at it, and all of a sudden I'll be like,
Joe's so kind. Good. He's like, I'm going to take my part, thank you, and 10% for Susan. Thank you.
10% of my users go back to Susan Poole, and
that's why in degenerate land we only go up. It only goes up, guys.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Are you guys?
Double
I know,
is following you on Locals
thank
now.
you for following me on Locals. Are you guys on Locals too?
We are all on Locals. We are all centered for Locals. It is unstructured.locals.com, legalmindset.locals.com, and goodlogic.locals.com.
And AllisonMorrow.locals.com.
Locals.com.
And
right.
as long as we're saying things, don't forget about AllisonWinePromo.com.
Go ahead. Hold on, Allison.
It's great for Seder. It's great for Passover or whatever it is. I know Jews love to drink tons of wine during Passover, even though I know that already happened. But get it for next year. And Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday, so you should definitely get this for Mother's Day. 50% off of the wine and 50% off shipping. It's all high altitude, extreme altitude wine. One from the oldest vineyard in Argentina. What does this say? I can't even read it. It's so authentic. I can't even read it because it's in Argentinian or whatever the language is. Somebody help me out here. Anyway, go to AllisonWinePromo.com.
Spanish.
WinePromo.com. See you there and happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
That's great.
All right. I don't know if Allison has to run, but if you do, before you go, we have actually a story. It is a news channel, allegedly.
Oh my God.
Well, this one's a perfect story for
Joe.
Hypocrisy. Absolute hypocrisy. So now that Roe v. Wade is back in the news, we have Vice putting out a how-to article to use, check it out, veterinary medicine for humans. I'm being very careful in what I say.
Hang on,
because. Yes, ma'am.
Oh wait, were you talking about the I word just now?
Yes. The I word was mocked for being veterinary medicine.
Right.
But if you look, Vice is encouraging veterinary medicine, and okay, so this is really bad information, and that means that Twitter's going to block it, right? Twitter's got our back. And therefore, this can't. Oh, shit. I guess not. Huh. So Twitter's okay with veterinary medicine, as long as it's not the wrong veterinary medicine used on humans without a prescription or a good cause. Go ahead, Allison. Sorry.
Well, okay, let's try to be better than the mainstream liars when it comes to veterinary medicine, because like the original one you were talking about that starts with I.
It's human medicine. and
Right,
they're
it's a human
misaligning
medicine,
it.
and so is this. This is a human medicine too. It's used with horses. I just use it for my horse,
True.
not to give her an abortion. She's 30, so she can't do that anyway. Plus, I wouldn't do that. So anyway, but I did give it to her for ulcers because that's what it's used for horses. Anyway, I just want to be clear because I think what they would say is, well, we're not telling people to do it off label. We're, because what they, if you read that
before you say
article,
that, why don't you read the tweet again? What does that say again?
misoprostol is relatively easy to acquire from veterinary sources since in addition to medically inducing abortions, it also is used to treat ulcers in horses. Right, but okay, but let me put you in their mindset, okay? I totally agree with you on this. I think it's total bullshit, but let's play devil's advocate for a quick second because this is what they would say. I'm sure. The way they look at ivermectin.
Thank you very much.
You lose.
Allison, come on. You know
Jeez.
Axe her. Get the
I should know better. I should know better.
Shame. Sorry.
Sorry about that. I definitely deserve a Will Smith slap over that. And now that it's normalized, anyone's going to do it to me. So
yeah, probably.
What they will say is that the eye drug was being used off label for COVID. What they're encouraging is for you to just go to a vet, but get the on-label reason to use the drug, right? Because in humans, it's used for abortion. So I bet you $1 million if you were to ask them how they're able to.
No, it's a 1-for-1, Allison. They literally were saying that people were going to pet supply stores and everything else, buying specifically the pet product for the purpose of taking a medication, which is horrible, nasty, evil, rotten, and
right,
bad.
but for off-label use of the drug. Whereas in this case, it's like, yeah, but it's used for this reason. Whereas you couldn't say it's, you know what I'm just saying? It's FDA approved for this reason. So in their brains, listen, I totally agree with you. I think it's total BS. I think it's complete hypocrisy. And if you read the article, the way Vice tries to cultivate empathy for these like poor women who are just going to have to go get the veterinary, clinic to write them a prescription for misoprostol. It's so sick because then like in the next paragraph, they're like, it reminds us of the I word where all these conspiracy theorists, so they cultivate empathy for this use of misoprostol, where then they, in the same article, they cultivate hate for people and fear and just these people are crazy for the I word drug. But all I'm saying is I think in their brains they're saying to themselves, we're just saying people are going to go to the vet to get this for the reason it's used for humans, whereas they would say they were going to the farm store to get it for a reason that has not been used for humans. Like the FDA has
except
said,
for doctors that prescribe the human version for humans. And yeah, I got that.
Right. I mean, I totally agree with you that it's hypocrisy. I just think in their head, somehow that's how they're twisting the logic to like, I don't know. I just think that's where they're going with that one.
Is that something that could in theory be used to like basically abort 35-week fetus?
Yes, I believe so.
That should be criminalized.
Well, anybody can take anything that can cause it. I mean, you can overdose yourself and probably cause the same result. There's a lot of things that could be done that could cause the same result. You can't criminalize everything, but I don't know. But you know what, though? Good news, guys. Okay. We've got Twitter. We're doing it. We're releasing
Spanish
this
in Argentina. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I just read that.
Oh yeah. With the family.
I should have known that.
Good news, though. We now have a disinformation board by the Department of Homeland Security to help protect us. What I love this. It's going to help protect free speech by suppression.
Right.
Aren't you happy to have your free speech protected by speech being suppressed?
This is a speech version of "You'll have nothing and you'll be happy."
Yeah, this is per se not okay. Like this whole
Per
this
se,
plot
no, it's just
behind
flat
it.
out.
Yeah, yeah. It's ridiculous. And if you want to claw your eyes out, watch her singing the Mary Poppins song on
This
TikTok.
sexy girl here.
Yes, the TikTok song with Mary Poppins. That's great on disinformation. Also, her singing the Christmas song. You can watch that one and claw your eyes out. This woman is unhinged and deranged herself. So,
but don't worry. They have support by people like James Clapper, the illustrious James, the honorable, never lied in front of Congress. Clapper, remember James Clapper? I mean, James. See, James? Look at James. James is such a straight up guy
Of Americans.
that
No, sir.
here we go. Look at
It does not.
Not wittingly. There are cases where they could inadvertently, perhaps, collect, but not wittingly.
remember that James Clapper? James Clapper, who is so bad that he quite literally is used as the prime example of reading body language for somebody being deceptive. And how do we know he's deceptive? Because Edward Snowden, everybody else who leaked all the files that said, yes, guess what? As a matter of fact, we are collecting intelligence from everyone every time. And we ran Allison off. What did you guys say? This is the quietest I've ever seen with Joe. Have you ever successfully added the channel, by the way?
I did try it.
Okay. I will try it again.
I think I did it.
by the way, I love that Wave has a dark mode. This is like really nice. I switched it over. Like this looks really nice.
I couldn't single out your channel, so I just gave approval to everyone I subscribed to, which meant that I had to make available who I'm subscribed to, which may be embarrassing when Legal Mindset realizes I'm not subscribed to him.
You're not sub to me.
Totally
That's
kidding.
it. It's over. It's over. All our collabs are over. We're breaking up the band. That's it.
Why do you think I had it hidden all this time? I'm like, I don't want people to know that I'm not sub to that crap.
All right, it's gotta be. It's not going. I don't know if I approved user or hidden user or what. Okay, we're gonna have to figure that out later. I will just ask everybody or tell everybody to go to Joe. But I do think it's a cool feature once we get it running. I think it would be awesome just to close one down and
maybe if you give me a link to your channel that I can just put in there directly, that'll work.
I can try that.
Because I think this is a cool test. This is an opportunity for us to see, for your viewers to see, hey, am I going to be automatically redirected over to Joe's stream?
I will definitely try it, Joe. Dang it.
Because then I'm going to start having this done with Andrew, where like every time I'm on stream with him, I'll just close.
Yeah,
out.
I can just
Right, and then when you do it with Nick, I put it in the private chat or the guest chat that's on here. Okay, so what do we have next? Okay, we've already covered the veracity or lack thereof of James Clapper. Obviously, not a great dude.
No.
Among the worst. And by the way, what was he most famous for recently? Joe who? I don't know who, but he's here. Lately, his claim to fame.
Done. We got it.
Okay. His claim to fame lately is, guess what? He was one of the 20 intelligence people who said that it was a Russian operation for the Hunter Biden laptop or 2050, whatever it was.
Was he really?
Oh, yeah, of course he was.
A professional liar.
Yeah, but not so professional. I mean, if you look at his form, very, very poor form on that line. He's got to get much more skilled. Let's see what works now.
Professional meaning he gets paid to lie, as opposed to being good at it. I mean, Amber is a professional liar. I don't think she's very good at it, though.
You might have to add me as a mod. I don't know. It's not working still.
You are a mod.
Okay. I don't know then.
I don't know. Let me check my community again. Make sure you're a mod. Moderators. Do I have you there? I don't know if I had it. Let me try this out. EricHunley. This is so weird.
Well, the laid back one, because that's where it's coming from. But anyway,
okay.
On to
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Back to okay, we got Vice. Oh, it's Vice again. Vice has been very valuable today. I don't know if anybody has seen this before, but during COVID, I know that everybody was shocked to find out that CDC was tracking phones.
Oh no!
Yeah, say it isn't so.
I can't
Say it
believe
didn't
it.
happen. They would never, ever, ever do that.
Oh,
But of course, they plan to freaking do that. Actual quote from Mary Poppins. First of all, I'd like to make one thing clear. I never explain anything. Yeah, that is a good motto of the new board. For sure. So anyway, newly released documents. It's going out, but good news.
CDC tracked millions of phones to see Americans follow COVID lockdown orders.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now, they didn't actually put a lot of it into effect, apparently, but they surely did have the plans and surely did have the ability. But good news, guys. Joe, you have children and grandchildren. So you're happy to know that they're safe. Oh, wait.
Yes.
No. Sorry.
Oh my
maybe
god.
not.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's sending his kids to public schools where they're showing Snapchat sex crime pics.
No. The Snapchat pic was the sex crime. This teacher.
I don't know this
got
story.
popped.
The teacher
What's the story?
sent a dirty Snapchat, right?
Yes, he did. And
Okay, yeah.
To his students.
to his students, and then still got hired, was working at another school, and 2 years later was arrested sleeping with a student.
Wow. Wow.
Nothing to see here.
That's
but-
white
No.
privilege.
And this is and this is a male student. Or sorry, it was a female or a male.
I think it was a female. Actually, I don't know.
Real relevant here.
Yeah, I'm sure it's super relevant. That which
It's very
underage?
relevant because with teachers, the sex difference in how they enforce crimes is so different with male and female teachers.
Really?
Oh, look!
It's huge.
I thought it was a female for some reason. I mean, you're thinking the Milo Yiannopoulos angle, right? That he was groomed and all that.
I didn't hear about. No, that's a whole different thing. But I mean,
That's what got him out of everything. Milo Yiannopoulos.
Really?
He talked about how he had an older male who groomed him, and it helped to show his way, and blah 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 blah, and he was gone.
Wow.
Okay, I don't see a gender.
that might be intentional.
Yep, that means they're gay.
That means it's a woman.
No, I think it's the opposite.
I think it
it's a
means they're
woman.
protecting a minor. I'm going to give them credit and say they're protecting a minor. I don't know.
Yeah, because they've earned lots of credit. Who's reporting this?
Where is this?
This is in Florida.
Oh,
So
my
Andrew
home
should
state
know.
here. I got this. Okay.
Haines County.
Haines County. Okay.
And
Wow.
I don't know.
It's disturbing. It's really disturbing.
Yeah, they didn't clarify. Kissing a student and buying them gifts. And then he sexually battered a student. And then accusations he sexually battered a student multiple times in a classroom closet. So that gives credence to what you said.
Yeah, it's a female
What they're
teacher.
trying
It's
to
a
say.
female PE teacher in Florida fired after she sent naked Snapchats to multiple students and called them when she was drunk.
This is a guy. That's a different story. There's lots of teachers
is it?
too.
But once again, yeah, exactly. Why are there? Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's so many teachers. Here's the problem: is this behavior is like not only, this is normalized behavior now. Like at this point.
Well, almost. And there's something to be questioned about that with the Roe v. Wade. Oh shoot, we're almost at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
I'm running.
This has been too hot of a week, Eric. I mean, the news this week has been like I can't even cover all of it, and I'm running over here to cover Disney because they just filed some Disney simps just filed a bunk lawsuit against Florida, which is going to get 12B6. Like, there's so much news we can't even cover it. Oh yeah, they did. They have no standing. They have zero standing. But this is crazy. I mean, It's a good time to be on LawTube because there's so much to cover.
Wow.
Oh, fair enough. And on that note, though, because I mean, Joe is going to be late. He's going to start his show. So
I'm starting right now.
Go to Good Logic on YouTube.
What are you going to be talking about, Joe?
try and
Yeah.
hand it off, but
I'm actually
Yeah,
going to be talking
that's
about
one.
Trump's influence on America today, how it's still going
Oh.
strong as. And I'm gonna be
JD
talking
Vance
about-
proves.
Well, that's part of it, yeah. But I'm going to be JD Vance is giving me an opportunity to broaden and really analyze what impact he's having on America still today. And I think I was surprised that JD Vance won. And then I started looking at the numbers of people be surprised about the numbers. Like if you get endorsed by Trump, does that mean you're going to win or you're not going to win? What do you think?
Depends on where you are. Trump
Oh.
has more sway in some areas than others.
Well, we're going to
And I think when you're talking about any of the Midwest and factory areas and things like that, I think Trump has a very strong say. An area that often has the working class vote and sometimes swung blue. Let's just say an area that all voted for Obama and then voted for Trump, but went red when they voted for Trump. I would say that a Trump endorsement has even more sway than a traditionally quote unquote conservative area in many areas of the country. But that's my theory. I can be completely off base. I feel like anywhere where you get, I think Trump reaches into more of, and I'm not trying to make it a pejorative, but common man, working person,
right.
almost blue collar mode, things like that. I think that's very much in line with Trump, much more than a Mitt Romney crowd, obviously.
Right.
And others like that. So there are definitely Republican areas that Trump, I don't think he's going to do as well because it's almost a snobbish aspect.
Have you ever voted for someone because of an endorsement?
Oh, hell no.
Me either. I'm wondering who it is that says. I'm wondering who. I actually was. That's
The body politic.
Humanities.
It's a thing that influences the tastemakers, right? Because like the elites do not like to align themselves unless they know they're going to be on the winning team. You know, it's sort of like that 49 laws of power, like read the way the tide is going and then go with the tide.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's more of a permission. I think it's more of a permission than anything. It's kind of literally just an endorsement. Like, I really don't know. Is this person okay? I am undecided. Well, okay, I like them. They say they're okay. I can't really decide. I'm not going to go for fill in the blank. So what the hell?
Yeah.
I think that's more of what an endorsement is good for. If a person has their own support, an endorsement by somebody else is not going to change, I feel, a core opinion, but it'll change anybody who's wavering. I think there were 5 candidates in his primary.
Yeah. So that could have been a big deal. In a primary, I think might have a bigger deal.
Anyway, I mean, Trump endorsement is huge.
I gotta fly. I'm starting my show.
All right, folks. Everybody, go over to Good Logic. Thank you very much. Before you leave, hit the like.
Legal Mindsets. Make sure if you're not following him, make sure you follow him because we have.
Make sure to follow him. It's going to be good. It's been a while. We're going to be back. We're going to be rocking it. We're going to be talking about all the crying libs.
Amen. Take care.
See you guys. Peace.
Jew and Drew, and hey, sub and like while you're here. Don't leave without doing that. Come on, give me a little bit of help. I definitely appreciate it. Check out Legal Mindset and check out Joe right now, and we'll see you later.